coming in. Happy Sunday, by the way. Happy Sunday. Let's catch some, folks. Yep, let's catch some. Temperature's about 95, going up into the hundreds today, so figured I'd get out here and do some fishing. See if I can catch some for you guys before I get really overheated. All right, only got about 40 night crawlers, but I did get a can of corn with it to compensate, so got a pretty good chance of getting some big big common carp, some big buffalo, some big grass carp. Never know. Maybe in a blue cat or channel. Yeah, the only thing that usually doesn't hit corn down here are white bass, stripers, and and freshwater drum. Now, even a freshwater drum will hit them sometimes. All right, good cast. First cast out, folks. Get these rods out, and we'll get into the chat. Yeah, welcome back to MBP Fishing, my friends. Thank you for coming in. Hope you guys enjoy the show today. Yep, welcome back into our channel. Yes, this is our channel. And we're stuck with it. Hey, I wouldn't have it any other way, my friends. Hey, we're on the road to 8K, folks. We're hopefully gonna push by that 8K today. And we're getting close, folks. We're getting close. I'm just gonna put corn on this one right here. We'll see. With these guys around, this is a very good chance of getting these guys on this canned corn. Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna get some bites on them, but what and when is the question. Yeah, it's hot, folks. See, about 96 degrees out here. Humidity's well up into the 80s, so it's steamy and hot. But we're out here fishing. Yeah, we're out here fishing, out here streaming for you guys, out here trying to see if we can catch some for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy the show today. Yeah, our tablet feels like it feels like she's on fire right now. I don't know how long this thing's gonna last in these temps. Gonna have to keep her in the shade as much as possible. All right, and let's see. Oh, here we are, folks. What popped up already? See what's going on in chat today. Let's see, Richard. How you doing today, Richard? Richard says, "Get him." Richard's first in chat. Richard says, "You're gonna earn these fish." Yep, it is hot. It is pretty dang on hot. Seeing Bonnie. How you doing today, Bonnie? Bonnie's number 2 in chat today. Bonnie says, "Mike, how are you, friend? Good to see you again. Good to see you. Good to hear from you too, Bonnie." That's a bite on corn. Oh boy, that was a bite on corn, folks. I was pecking on it pretty good. Well, if they want to hit the jig head, I'm sure I can put a little split shot or something over in there and they'll hit it. I seen the fishing felon. How you doing today, felon? Felon says hello, everyone. Hello, felon. I'm seeing hog fishing. How you doing today, hog fishing? Hog says, "What's going on? Good to see you. Just hopping in. Awesome to hear from you, my friend." Bonnie says hi, felon. And let's see, Latonya. How you doing today, Latonya? Latonya says, "Hey, MVP." And hello, everyone. Hi, Latonya says, hi, yes. Oh, fish on, folks. Man, that took off. Yikes. First fish of the day, folks. Boy, that's big. Yeah, that is a big one, folks. Yikes, that sucker burned my thumb when she took off on me. That's on our big rod, but man, that sucker took off, folks. Sheesh, that's big. That was on worm. Fish on, folks. And a monster indeed. What do we got? That's a big old grassy, folks. Massive. 20, 25 pounds, easy. Man, that sucker took off, folks. Not still about, I'll go about 15. Yeah, not a 20, but definitely in the 15, 20 pound range. So not quite as big as I thought she was with the way she ran like that originally. Whew. Man, am I going to work a sweat doing this, folks? Hope you guys enjoy the show, and thanks for tuning in. Man, that is a monster, folks. First cast out there with Nightcrawler. Yeah, to get this big cat rod to double over, you know she's got to be a big one. Yeah, just took off with that Nightcrawler, man. Just no thought about it. Just, I'm going to get a lot of this corn back. Whoa, buddy, whoa. I don't want to squish it too much. Man, this fish is not giving up yet. Yeah, I've only got a number 10 bait holder on here, so I got to watch bending this hook out because these suckers are strong enough to do it. Oh, yeah, that's an easy between 15 and 20, so. Yeah, not a 20, but definitely one of our river monsters. Well, let me get this other rod out of the way while I'm sitting here. Whoa, whoa, buddy, whoa. Dang on, pull right out of between my legs. Man, if you guys need to get out and work a sweat, this is it. Yeah, that is a river monster, folks. Just in time for a big train to. No, that's a barge across the river. So that is a big one, folks. See if I can get his head in here. That way he'll flap himself out. Oh yeah, definitely between 15 and 20. Come on, girl. Yep. Instead of flapping, she took off back out. Come on, big girl. I got her right in the lip there, man. That is so easy for that hook to come out. Hopefully, I got her in some gristle. Come on, big girl. Had to come off camera again, didn't you? Come here, girl. There she is in the shallows again. Yeah, we got her, folks. I think we got her. We touched her at least, so it counts. Turn my tablet over so it doesn't roast out here in the sun. She's still not ready to give up. Knocked my corn over again. Dang it, I just collected all that crap. Yep, I got her right in the gristle, folks. Right in the perfect spot. Yep, easy between 15 and 20. All right, let's get you. See if I can get you up for you, everyone, to check out on YouTube. Hey, bit me, stinker. Trying to get the hook out. I got her right in the lip. All right, hook's out, folks. Hook is out. All right, big girl. She's showing off for everyone on YouTube, and then we can get you back in the water. And just after I got her cleaned off, she got a flip again. Yep. All right, folks, there we go. That's our first fish of the day. Let's catch him. That's the name of this live feed. Let's catch him. Yeah, that's between 15 and 20. I'll go 16 on this one. Awesome first fish, folks. Gotta love it. Man, that is a brute. That is a river monster, folks. She fought her heart out, too. Gorgeous fish, folks. Man, that is one heck of a first fish, folks. Beautiful. Gotta love it. All right, girl, let's get you in here for your close-up, and then we can get you back out here in the water. Look at that. That head is nearly as wide as mine. Gorgeous first fish, folks. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, my friends. Man, that is a river monster for sure, folks. All right, girl. One big old grassy. Under the ropes. Get you back in here. Oh, there she goes. No needing to revive her. She wanted gone. That's one of the benefits of taking our time with those fish. Making sure we don't hurt them. That way they get a quick release, get back out there, get feeding and getting doing their thing, whatever that thing is. All right. Let's get these rods back out and I'll get back into the chat. See what he did to my hook. Hey, didn't bend it. Got a good one on there. When you get a good one of these brownies, take care of it. Man, that was a big one, folks. That was a hard first fish. I gotta get the sweat off me, folks. I'm roasting out here, just drenched with sweat right now. And no missing that fish. She about pulled me in. Not pulled the rod in. She about pulled me in. I grabbed the rod, and the rod just kept going that way. Might have been a little further out than that, but not much. All right. One rod is back out. Ooh, doggy. Man, that is one heck of a way to start a live feed, folks. That rod wouldn't been out there but more than, what, maybe a minute or two? If that. And now I got to pick off my dang on corn off the ground. Dang on grass carp, pull them and knock all my stuff down and stinkers. Yeah, I was getting a bite on this one as well, so I'm not sure. I might have to put a Carolina rig on this one to get him to hit the corn, but I did get a bite on it, so. I did catch a little white bass off feed too, folks. A little itty bitty stinker. I was casting around to see if I could find any skipjack, but unfortunately, don't seem to be any in here. Just a few smaller white bass. All right, folks. Get this cleaned off. Got to get some of this sweat off me. I know this is a good way of getting burned, but man, it's just too hot to take this stuff out here without a little bit of washing off that salt that's going to build up on you. I'm pretty well toasted already. I'm not sure if I can get burned anymore. All right, here we are. Let's see. Latonia says hogged. Latonia says fish on. Yep, that was a big one, folks. That pole almost went for a swim. That was a pretty close one. I'll give you that, my friends. That's the 100 and that's no, that's Gail. How you doing, Gail? Gail says back on the river water. Still receding. It will dry up entirely at this rate. It's got a lot of water to go, about 60 feet out there in the middle of that river channel. So 30 more feet before she starts showing the rocks out there in the middle of the river. That's Ian Richards says it'll hit like a hog. That's Ian Clippin. How you doing today, Clippin? Clippin says, what did I tell you, man? It's never fishing, always catching. There's another bite. Hey, I try, my friends. Let's see. Bonnie says Latonia. Let's see. Latonia says Gail. Let's see. And Fisherman. How you doing today, Fisherman? Fishermania says awesome. And Fisherman with that cool. Thank you for those gems, my friend. The good luck coin. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bonnie says, Mike, put on a good fishing show. Oh, got him, folks. Fish on. What do we got this time? And that's our first channel cat. All right, folks. That's two species of fish. That's a nice pound channel catfish. About a pound and a half, actually. Solid keeper. Yeah, that's our second fish of the day, folks. That is a nice channel cat. That's another one. Tried to pull her in. That is a beautiful channel catfish, folks. Yeah, solid, about a pound and a half. Yeah, that's a dark colored one for sure. Dark black spots. Gorgeous fish, folks. Second fish of the day. Awesome, folks. That's absolutely beautiful. Never fails. No matter how hot it is down here, the fish are gonna hit. Let's get a close up for you guys before we get this cat back in the water. Beautiful fish, folks. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciated. All right. Take a break for a minute. Let's see what's going on in chat. Let's see, Phillips with the hundreds. Awesome, my friend. How you doing today, Phillips? Let's see, let's toying with the WWs and the stars. See, Bonnie says, don't he though, Bon? Let's see, Tony says, hey, Phillips. And Robert, how you doing today, Robert? And please watch those, the F-bombs. I have to remove that, Robert, but thank you so much. Yeah, just kind of watch those F-bombs, my friend. Let's see, Bonnie says, that's a monster. You're fine, but that's what kind of a PG-13 channel. We try to keep those out of the chat. Let's see, MSVN. How you doing, MSVN? 72456 says, let's go. Philip says, hey, Latonia. Gail says, what a start. Says, damn, son. Philip says, geez. See, Fisherman says, congratulations, nice fish. Let's see, Island. How you doing, Island? Island family says hi. And Dougie Doug. How you doing today, Dougie Doug? Dougie Doug says, started with a big one today, Mike. Let's see, and Gamble. How you doing today, Gamble? Gamble says, nice. Yep, you brought me luck, 7246. And Yogi, how you doing today, Yogi? Appreciate you dropping by, my friend. Yogi says, wow, Mike. Yeah, it seems like the hotter it gets down here, the bigger the fish I get. Let's see, Lisa. How you doing today, Lisa? Lisa says hi. Richard says nice. Ronnie says, everyone deserves a thumbs up. Let's see, and Gary, how you doing today, Gary? Gary says, "Good luck, Mike, and stay hydrated, buddy." And see, Wheezy, he's like, uh, depends on the river. Let's see, Lisa says 111 degrees here in Iowa. Yep. Let's see, our regular temperature is supposed to get probably about 108. See, and Pierre, how you doing today, Pierre? Pierre says hi. I mean, not the regular temperature. That's the field temperature. Let's see, Fisherman was a Mississippi monster. Let's see, Fisherman, thank you for that coin again, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Philip says, yeah. Latonia says, a 16-pound grass carp and one channel. Oh, boy. Let's see if I can find this. Sorry about taking so long to catch up with the chat. Let me see if I can pin that, Latonia. I have to find it here. Yeah. That's pinned. Thank you, Latonia. Let's see. Gail says, hope it's a gar. I've been getting quite amount. Yep, 2 species already, Gail. Gail says, I hope. Gail says, pretty fish. And Mitt, how you doing today? Mitt says hi. Pierce says, Maddie. Let's see, how you doing today, Maddie? Maddie says, Mr. Pierre, buddy, how are you? Pierce says, trying for carp. Maddie says, you're live, Pierre? Let's see, JF France. J France says, fall in. It happens from time to time. Yeah. But you got to stay in. Eventually, I'll fall in. I've fallen in twice this year. Let's see, Brandon says, hit that like button for him, everyone. Let's see, Maddie says, like and subscribe. Pierce says, can do that for an hour. Let's see, Mitt says, I'm back. Mitt says, I was here last live stream. Thank you so much, Mitt. See, 21 incredible people in it, seeing 22 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys enjoy the show today. Let's get this rod back out. And that was a bite on corn. Yeah, I might have to put a Carolina rig on the jig head, because sometimes that jig head doesn't work. Sometimes it does. I figured with this sun, it would push them right down to the bottom, but who knows? I'm not a fish, folks. I mean, 100-degree temperatures, yeah, I'd be on the daggone bottom with that reflecting crap on my heads. But I guess I'm not a fish. So, yeah. Yeah, I only got 40 night crawlers, so I'm using night crawlers only on one rod instead of two. I've got corn on the second one. That wasn't a great cast. Gonna have to stand up. Yeah, this Mad Cat rod takes a little bit more oomph than my regular rods to get out there, right? All right. Yeah, it's about maybe 7 or 8 feet deep in that one location, so definitely deep enough to hold some big uns. Now, I do have it rigged up on my other rod, so I could just, no, I got a jig head on that one too. Dang gummit. I got a jig head on this one as well. Tell you what, I could really play around and put my ultralight out here with 6-pound test out here for friggin', because there's not a lot of area for these fish to run unless they run that way, and that way I can just run with them. Line's a little low on that one to be casting this one around. That's a bite on worm again. Yeah, I saw him peck on it, folks. If I saw that stinker peck on it. Yeah, I probably will have to put like a Carolina rig on this one to get him to hit the corn, because that's a problem with the Carolina rig too, is I'm gonna get snagged. With the jig head, I'm not gonna lose my gear as much. As I can pull off in most spots with that jig head. And I'm picking up the corn I dropped, unfortunately. So our baits today are canned corn and see garden variety night crawlers. We caught the first two fish on night crawlers, so so much for carp eating only vegetable stuff. But you know, worms are kind of a like a mixed almost. I will probably have to put a Carolina rig on this one. While I gather up the gear for that, I'm gonna leave it out there for just one more cast. See, for over there, I probably want to use the lightest friggin' weight I've got. I've got some 1/16 ounce bullet weights in there. It should provide just enough to hold down there. Wow, it's hot, folks. Gonna roast out here today, that's for sure. Another bite. I saw that pop. I'm a big guy. Man, that's another nice hit. Yeah, you see him pop it again? Look at that. Check that out. There's a big Asian carp sitting right in front of me, folks. There's a big old Asian carp sitting right in front of me. I just dropped it right in his mouth. Yeah, he don't look so good. Yep, that fish don't look so good. He looks like he's dying. Yeah, the funny thing about those Asian carp down here, folks, they don't survive very well in this place. In this part of the river, this is like an area that they can't get by. These things die down here. They get torn to pieces down in this river. That's about like maybe 7 or 8 pound Asian carp sitting right coming there right by the bank. Yeah, they don't make it so good down here in this river because they get torn to pieces. I definitely want a Carolina rig on that one because the jig head just doesn't seem to be producing anything down there right now. I'm gonna take one more cast with this jig head before I switch her up. Jig head's usually something you use a little later in the evening when the sun starts leaving this shoreline. When she's hot, it's like they suspend off the bottom and they want something a little further off the bottom. Yeah, it's hot, folks. Every every 15 or 20 minutes, I'm gonna have to do this. That sweat is gonna be pouring down my brow. Now we do have a little bit of clouds, which is making it just bearable, but man, I'd like a little bit more wind. Now, not for the fishing, for the comfort. For the fishing, the less amount of wind, the better. And we got our bifocals, our homemade bifocals on our Colonel Klink lenses, so we can read this chat relatively good. And she overheated because she turned herself off already. If the device is too hot. See 25 incredible people in and seeing 40 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. See how clear is the water? I've got a lot of chat to Two species. Gail says drum next. It's very possible. Gail says I hope. Gail says pretty fish. Here says Maddie. Let's see. Jaya says fallen. And let's see. No F, no thrills. Thank you, Maddie, for that $2 super sticker, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get some WWs in the chat for Maddie. No F, no thrills with that $2. Thank you so much. Pierce says, going to put the rod near the camera. That's cool, Pierre. Let's see, and David. How you doing today, David? David says, fish are going to hook anonymous. Have you caught much yet? Yeah, we've caught 2 fish so far. One grass carp about 16 pounds and one channel catfish. Yeah, that channel catfish was about 1.5 pounds as well. Let's see, David says, how clean is the water? We've got about a 2-foot water clarity. So, yep, she's cleared up pretty good. Yeah, I can see down in that sand quite a bit. Because when that Asian carp come right up to the bank just a minute ago, I saw that water, I could see her down about 2 feet. Let's see, Abby, how you doing today, Abby? Abby says, hey. Abby says, I'm excited to count fish for you. Let's see, Smarty Pants. How you doing today, Smarty Pants? Smarty Pants, how did I miss the start? I don't know. YouTube's like that sometimes. Let's see, Abby with the WWs. Smarty with the WWs. Thank you so much, my friends. Let's see, Latonia with the WWs and the stars. Abby says, Abby says, awesome. See, Robert says, what's up, brother? Let's see, in Green River. How you doing today, Green River? Green River says, howdy. Abby says, howdy, Robin. And Patrick, how you doing today, Patrick? Patrick says, afternoon. Let's see, Abby says, good luck. Green River says, hey, Abby. Abby says, I'm doing amazing. That's awesome to hear, my friend. Abby says, you're welcome. Let's see, David says, is the body of water connected to the ocean? Eventually it does. So, oh, there's a bite. Yep, eventually this water does run into the Gulf of Mexico. This is the Mississippi River. We're down on the mighty, muddy Mississippi River by the Arch in St. Louis. Eventually, she does run into the river. I have heard of a few people catching a few bull sharks down here over the years. So there are some bulls in this river. They will tolerate some brackish water. I'm getting a bite on this one. He's pecking on it weird. Oh, you little stinker! He was running in with it. Look at that, folks. Massive swirl. Right where I set the hook. Dang nabbit. That fish had it in his mouth. He was running in with it. Crap. That was a big one, folks. Yeah, I'm going to have to change this one to a Carolina rig because they don't seem to be hitting the jig head yet. That jig head crawler and jig head corn technique, that's something down on here on the river. This time of the year, it's in a later part of the day. Yeah, these guys like the heat. Temperatures way in the excess of 95, 96 degrees. Heat index is well into the hundreds. That's a pretty good cast. About where I wanted her. Right past where that tree drops in. I want to get a Carolina rig on this other rod. Oh, let's see. Where's all my gear? Crap. Okay, our bullet weights are over here. Bullet weights and hooks. And I'm going to need a clip. And I don't think I even brought that stupid thing with me. Huh. I bite already. I just happened to look over there and something was pecking on it already. Now that first grass carp doubled it, but that channel catfish, he was just pecking on it. I'm sure I can find another peck. Come on. Make up your mind, you little stinker. Yeah, that's some of the smallest weights I got right here. I believe these are 1/16 ounce. And that's holding over there in that backwater. So I did forget my clips, but I should have a few on the bottom of my box. I see him pecking on it, folks. Dang it. Just a few seconds behind that one. Just a split second. They like to do that when I'm trying to do something else. That's all right, folks. I'm only putting a single worm on this one because we've only got 40 night crawlers to work with. We do have corn as well. And with these carp and buffalo and channel catfish and blue cat and grass carp in here, they're definitely gonna hit some corn. Yeah, it is steamy as heck out here, folks. We're like out here in a sauna. All right, that rod's back out. I gotta find my other box here so I can find a clip to use. Clip or a swivel. Let's see. That'll work. Doesn't have to be incredible. Just actually, that looks like she's already tied, so I don't have to even tie a leader on. Let me check that, make sure she's okay. Huh? Feels pretty strong, so all I have to do is tie this, put the weight on, and a little high up off the bottom, but we'll give it a go. Assuming I can figure out where the heck I put my weight. Yeah, I don't think this jig head is going to work today, folks. Not at least until later. I'm pecking on it again. I see him. Don't drop your leader, Michael. Put that in the bucket so you don't lose it. Come on, folks, fish on. That's no drum. Yeah, we got another one, folks. Yeah, that's another massive one. That's another big one, folks. What do we got this time? Ah, and look at that fish run. Ah, man, that fish is running. Grassy, second one of the day. Yeah, that's one of these teenage guys. This is about 8 or 10 pounds, not like the last one. Yeah, these are the guys that take off, man. Look at that sucker run like a friggin' striper. Just ran 20 yards of line. Man, these guys are beating me up today, folks. Oh yeah, that's about 7 or 8 pounds. You notice I don't go for them the first time I bring them in. I learned that mistake years back. That's some big old guys, folks. Sheesh. Oh, popped off on me. Yeah, she twisted her right off. Well, hook didn't bend out. She just popped out on me. Oh, well. Saves me a little bit of work getting them back in. I'm sure you guys saw a pretty good look at them. I ain't too worried. I think we're going to catch more, folks. Yeah, the hook just, he spun, and, catfish spins. He spun, pulled it right off. Tell you what, it's usually as long as I get to see him. I'm not mad if I miss him. That's okay, folks. That's okay. We got plenty of time. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. We got that one up to the bank. Had him up to the shoreline twice. And yeah, those teenage grass carp, they can be tough to land. You think the bigger ones are bad. Those medium-sized ones are tough. And another bite. As soon as that sucker hit the bottom, it got a bite. Yep, he's still hitting it too. Trying my best to get this other rod rigged up, but these guys won't let me. That tore the heck out of that worm that quickly. Sheesh. Yeah, I'm curious to get this other rod out right here by the bank with corn. See if they're gonna hit corn as well. No worries about that fish, folks. I had him right to the bank. Twice, in fact. Yeah, those big old grassies, they can spin sometimes, and you can't use too big a hook on them or they won't hit. So you got to use like a number 10 bait holder, and that hook will pop out on you. Didn't bend. Yeah, I'm saving this for later, folks. That jig head's going to come in handy a little later on. And our worms are roasting out here in this sun. They are all coming to the surface. Yeah, this is just going to be a little Carolina rig right by the bank. As light of weight as I've got, a 1/16 ounce. I saw him pull on it, folks. That's what we need, is some shade. A few clouds will do us good. Yep, hitting it again. I saw him. Pick, pick, pick. I got this tied on here, but I really want to trim up that tag end. I guess it's okay. Shouldn't really bother much that far down. Yep, pulled on it again. Yep, pulled on it again. He's thinking about it. Probably thinking about getting the rest of the worm off on me. He's probably got most of it off already. Come on, fishy. Just give me a minute to get this other rod out. Yeah, that grass carp already, several of them are back out here feeding. Yeah, it's perfectly legal to bait up the spot for anything but rainbow trout in Missouri waters. So you can bait up the spot for carp, catfish, all those species, just not for rainbow trout. All right, that is out finally, folks. A little Carolina rig. He's still hitting on it too. Yeah, my face is just covered with sweat. Can't see much of anything right now. Ah, you little stinker. Missed him. Yeah, it must have been, yep, a little tiny piece of worm on there. That big old sucker, he was trying to get that last little piece of worm off. Yeah, it's hot out here, folks. We've already caught two, missed one. One big grass carp and one channel cat. Now all my worms are starting to come up to the top already. They're trying to die on me already. I could put some shade on them, but once they start coming to the surface, the only thing to do is just put them somewhere cool for a while. And that's not going to work because if I put them cool, I'm going to have to go. The only place cool is way, way back there. All right. Rod's back out. Let's come in and check that chat, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. And happy, happy Sunday. And this thing keeps overheating out here, folks. She shut off. She literally shut off on me. Yep. This is going to be hard, folks, because I'm having trouble keeping my electronics on right now in this stuff. It's that hot, folks. My cell phone's partially protected, so but this tablet has no protection on it. She's dark black, so she's gonna try to cool her off. The only way to cool her off is to dunk her in the water. And that ain't happening. Yeah, I know why the device turned off because it's so friggin' hot. You ain't gotta explain that to me. I know why. Yep, everything's shut down on this. I still can't use it. There we go. Electronics and heat, they just don't mix, folks. All right, there we are. I think we're back on. Let's see, 28 incredible people in it, seeing 42 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. Well, I'm trying to find my spot in chat here because his phone turned itself off. Hang on just a minute, folks. Marty Pants says, Latonia says, happy birthday to you, little sister Smarty. Up to your birthday? Happy birthday, Smarty Pants. Abby says, happy birthday, Smarty. David says, are you using live bait? No, I'm just using night crawlers. I've got corn on this other rod, though. Hi, fisherman. Unfortunately, it's Mercy PCB, all algae and road salt from runoff. I got you. I'm sorry about the phone overheating, folks. Let's see, fisherman. Thank you for those gems, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's as far back up in chat as I can get. Uh, Thank you for those lucky coins. Remember says you done ripped his lip off. Actually, he spun literally. He just spun and that hook popped out. That's actually quite common for those guys. Brandon says hi, fisherman. Fisherman says hi, Brandon. How you doing today, Brandon? Brandon says I like your picks, Tim. Yellow perch are my favorite to eat. Yep, they are pretty good. It's been a while since I've had any. Marty says today. Brandon says happy birthday, little sister. Uh, little sis Smarty. Smarty says thank you. Abby says hey, la. See, Smarty says we'll tell her. Let's see. Fisherman says the yellow perch bite is picking up. Yeah, they are a little bit more resistant to heat, so summertime is usually a good time to catch them. Someone says, "Here, fishy, fishy." Someone says, "Let's go." And Philip with the hundreds. Thank you so much, Philip. David says, "Have you tried the electric pole with the net? It's illegal down here." Oh, fish on, folks. Oh, that was doubling it. Dang it. No, he got me snagged. Crap. Yeah, that's illegal down here on Missouri waters to use any type of thing like that to electric stuff in the water. And that stupid stick grabbed right onto my friggin' rod. Ah, crap. So much for the jig head technique. For that bullet weight. That's why I was using the jig head, cause stupid thing gets snagged in there and you can't get it off. Ah! Yeah, that's not coming off, folks. Probably set the hook into something, and that's not going anywhere. Well, yep. Unfortunately, that's not coming off, folks. Yep, snapped way up here in the line again. There's something sharp right there. It just keeps cutting my line to pieces. Lost about 8 feet of line there. Stupid. That's gonna make it dang near impossible to fish that spot down there the rest of the day. Crap. That's why I put the jig head on, because I was worried I was gonna get snagged down there in the first place. And yep, that succeeded in happening. I could probably put worm bond down there and get bites every cast, but with only 40 night crawlers to fish with, we're gonna run out fast. And these guys are trying to die on me, or they're trying to get out of the bucket. They are. They're trying to get out of the bucket, folks. Might as well put one on. These guys are trying to get out of the bucket on me. Freaking lost so much line. I gotta freaking loosen up the line now. And it's around the base of the reel and down and under. Come on, get off it. Get off it. There we go. No better than trying to reel it in like that. That's better. That's a better cast, folks. Wipe that sweat off my brow again, because I can't see nothing. Right off my forehead, dripping right down my eyes. Freaking thing. I'm sure this stupid cell phone is trying to overheat again. I do have half an umbrella up here. Someone snapped my umbrella I had down here, right in two. At least I can keep the cell phone underneath the tablet underneath here. Oh, we're waiting for a bite. Because this thing is like, seriously, it's going to melt out here, folks. Yeah, I can barely even put my hand on this thing. It's so hot. I lost my place in chat again, because every time I put this thing down, how warm is the water? It's probably in the upper 80s. So 31 people in and seeing 47 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Go all the way up here again. Let's see, Alan. How you doing today? Alan says hi. Appreciate it, but we do very well in Lake Erie. I'm keeping fish count today. Yep, you are, Abby. Let's see here. Brendan says, awesome. I never fished Erie. Let's see. Paul says, nice. Congratulations. Let's see, Philip says, yes. Yeah, awesome too. Mostly walleye and perch. Brandon, watching you fight that fish was great. Yeah, I wish I'd landed that second one, but it happens. Yep, a lot of channel cat, drum, common carp. Yeah, this is only half an umbrella. Someone snapped my umbrella in two. I left it down here to. I figured there wasn't any reason to bring it home. Back home it was all busted up anyways, and someone had to bust it even more. See, Abby says, "Let's go." And see, Abby says, "Come on, fish." That's awesome, Bandy. And Red Bull Princess, how you doing today, Princess? Princess says, hopes everyone's having an amazing day. Gail says, we saw it, but didn't get the fish view. Yep, I'm sorry about that, Gail. Tonya says, 40 likes, awesome support. Let's go. Let's get 50. Abby says, let's go. Abby says, you're welcome. Brandon says, how warm is the water? It's probably up in the upper 80s right now. The low to mid 80s at least. And Mark, how you doing today, Mark? Mark says, good job, Mike. That's the end, James. Appreciate you dropping by today as well, Mark. See, James says, Abby. See, Joey says, how cool is the water set can of worms in water? That usually doesn't work. All that does is reflector even more. You'd have to put that like 90% underneath the water. Yep, an umbrella will help a little bit. Now it's a busted up umbrella. It was better than this, but some jerk had to break the handle off of it, so it was already broke, and I figured no one's gonna break it even more, and I had to break it. So it says, yes, same idea, same time. Abby says, keep warm. You mean keep cool. Let's see. James says, try chicken livers. The closest place to get chicken livers is Schnucks, and it's 2 bus rides down and 2 bus rides back. So unfortunately, the price for the bait exceeds the work necessary because I can dig night crawlers for cheaper than $4. I can get to the bait shop for $2. Of course, they only sell like little itty bitty tubs of chicken livers. Abby says, awesome. She says, that would help Joe. See, Joe says, catch and cook. I did one last year. One this year, right at the beginning of this year for trout fishing down in O'Fallon Park. Abby says, my favorite bridge. Abby says, what's your favorite fish? Let's see, my favorite fish would have to be smallmouth. Let's see, flathead catfish, largemouth, and well, I do like carp. Another bite. Oh, pat him, pulled off. Ooh, that was had my big cat rod again doubled. Dang it! See how it was so much easier to use this umbrella when some jerk didn't break the handle off of it. Yeah, that was my umbrella, and I it was already broke, and I figured no one would break it even any more than it already is. And yep, someone found a way to break it even more. Come on, where's the shade? It ain't even showing up on the shoreline yet. It is hot out here, folks. It is friggin' hot. Back out. There's a bite on worm down there. I saw that. Other rod in the way. It's just I can't do much with this stupid umbrella because someone busted it to pieces. It used to have a nice handle on it. Someone had the good idea. Let's just break it even more. That's bite on. I see him pecking on it. Again with the snag. Even on the friggin'. Even on the jig head, I'm getting snagged out here right now. Yeah, this thing, it just doesn't work because it had a big handle on it, right? Someone busted the handle off of it. There's a bite on that one now. At least I can put my bait underneath it so it doesn't roast. Bait in my tablet. That's a bite on my big rod again. Come off at least. That's the one good thing about the jig head. At least 9 times out of 10, you'll get the jig head back. Have I saw him peck on it again? Peck, peck, come on. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Nope. Looks like he got the bait off. Oh, tore into it at least. I don't know why they even sell black umbrellas. The only thing you'd ever use a black umbrella for is snow. Man, it's freaking hot, folks. All right, let's get back in the chat. See if I can read this stuff. Yeah, my tablet's trying to roast. Every time I go over here, she's reset and locked up. Awesome. Fish on. Come on, son, man. That stuff is ridiculous. I can't even read this chat with this stuff. I can't. Let's see. Abby says, "Hey, Will." See, Wild, how you doing today, Wild? Wild says, "Hey, Abby." Ah, dang it. Ah. Now, I usually don't have this much trouble with this stuff, folks, but this heat is just a little bit out of my range. But if I didn't fish, I wasn't going to get out and stream today. I had to get out and do something. Gonna be hot like this for a while, so I gotta get used to this crap. If I see him hitting, got him, folks. Fish on. Fish on. What do we got? Hey, a drum. Hey, the first fish we landed, you had it right, Gail. We had a big grassy on, but the first fish we actually landed was a freshwater drum. So we caught a big grass carp, a nice channel catfish, and this is our third fish and third species of the day. That's about 3/4 of a pound. Boy, I need to be where he is because he is cold compared to out here, folks. It is a hot one, folks. It's hot. I love it though. Awesome fishy. Cool, bud. That's about 3/4 of a pound. That's a darker one there, folks. Let's get in for everyone's close up here. Gorgeous fish. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, buddy. Let's get you back in the water. Yeah, this heat's too much for you guys. Ah, there you go, buddy. Yeah, that water's actually relatively cool compared to the air right now. Yeah, even 80 degrees with it being up in the hundreds, that water's real friggin' cool comparatively speaking. And I left the tablet out in the sun again. And the worms. That sucker just will not set up, will it? I had a perfect handle on this, folks, and someone had to, even though she was broke, someone had to break the friggin' handle on it. And now it's like friggin' no good at all. Oh, boy. Like, oh yeah, something's broke here over there. Let's break it even more. I figured no one would bug it. Broke. Huh. Let's go over there, snap the handle on it. All right, let's get a worm back on here. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. All right, back. That's what we need is a good breeze. I'll take that good stiff breeze, folks. If I can find my spot in chat here, I can't. Every time I find my spot, I get a fish hit. Hit again and again. Got the stick. Stuck on the dang stick again. I was within a split second of setting that hook, folks, and it was stuck on the stick, and yeah, right. Hook the umbrella. I see him heading. Picked it up and started running with it. It's impossible, folks. I'm covered and drenched in sweat. I can't hold this stuff. Still pecking on it. Ah, missed him. Yeah, he was still pecking on it. And we have done something that I do not know what. I think my tablet is acting so bad right now, folks. She is acting so bad right now. Oh boy, where was I in chat here? Uh, Tied to a tree. I thought about that. I have a I did get a stick. I don't have any duct tape, but I do have some rope. It's just I was running out of time for the stream. I wanted to get on before that happened. We're just gonna have to manage with it, folks. See, user, how you doing today, user? User says stick bass. Try to catch you a new umbrella handle. Yeah, if some numbnuts hadn't broken the handle, I'd be fine. Let's see, Abby says I'm sending prayers and good luck. Abby says, "Come on, fish." Let's see, fishing with Justin. How you doing today, Justin? Justin says, "How are you doing today?" Pretty good if it wasn't for the heat. So you got one big freshwater drum, one big grass carp. Let's see, one nice channel catfish, and we missed the third grass. We missed the second grass carp. Doug says, "Nice, Mike." Marty says, "Nice fish." Justin says, "Nice catch." Joey says, "Take a swim." Joey says, "JK." Let's see, and Tink, how you doing today, T? Tink says, "Mike." Ricky Bobby, how you doing today, Ricky Bobby? Ricky Bobby says, "MVP brother." Let's see, and Raul. Raul says, "Well, what's a fish target, bro?" Let's see, we're down here on the Mississippi River, so we've got multiple species to fish for today. Our common species down here are grass carp, buffalo carp, common carp. Let's see, freshwater drum, channel catfish, blue catfish, several species of sturgeon, several species of gar, and those are just the ones off the top of my head. I've seen an Asian carp go by. I caught a smaller white bass, a little itty bitty white bass, and there are some stripers down here as well. Got worm on both rods right now, but I do have corn because these worms are not going to last out here in this heat. Unfortunately, this stuff is gonna just kill my worms pretty fast. Ah, now that's just a rock. I don't know why I'm getting snagged in it like that with that jig head. It always seems to be the most frustrating days are the ones most difficult to fish. Popped off. That's what it's supposed to do when you get snagged in that crap. I'll put some more corn on this one because I don't have the worms. Keep throwing worms out there. I was only able to dig 40 night crawlers, and most of them are already dying out here in this heat. We've got about 95, 96 degrees. Feels like way over 100 degrees out here, folks. The humidity is up pretty high as well. Not much shade to speak of. In fact, there's none up and down on this shoreline. Not like I can go across the river. And I had to hit that stupid umbrella again, didn't I? It's right in my back cast, so I'm gonna knock half my stuff off. I just put a couple kernels of corn on. I'll get this back out there. Get back into chat, folks. Nice little gar hit the water surface right there. All right, both rods are back out. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. And thank you so much for tuning in today. Hope you're having an awesome, awesome Sunday. Yeah, we were getting so close to 8K, folks. We were just about ready to reach 8,000 as well. Ink says Mike. See, Ricky Bobby says MVP brother. See, Brandon says I'm back. Now the animals never stop eating. Let's see. Fisherman says, snag me up. Crap. He's getting a pretty good peck bite too. Believe I get that friggin' thing snagged on rocks like that. Please don't break. I didn't break the weight off. Looks like I broke the hook off. Which means I'm going to have to retire anyways because I'm going to have to. I got the hook snagged. That felt like a rock. How can you get a hook snagged in a rock and jiggling it doesn't get it off? I'm going to have to retie the leader because that ain't enough leader to put on there now. I hate it when it does this. I'm going to have to cut the line. 20-pound test in 1 second. It breaks with your hands, and another part won't cut at all. Hang on, folks. I got to trim up this, get this other rod back out. Got to create a tag in for this first. All right. Now I got to get a hook. Hooks are in the other box, in the other bag. I started fishing here today because when I came down here, there was only clouds. And now as the sun's starting to pop out on me, I could stand 95-degree temperatures as long as it's cloudy. But when that sun comes out and that humidity is out here, man, it's hard to breathe for a man close to 60. I'll be 60 in August, so that's August 31st, in fact. If I got a birthday coming up. I got that hook snag for some dang reason. That hook should have bent out, but it busted 20-pound test. All right, I need to trim up this tag end really bad. This one wasn't tied great. Let's see, where's that tag end? There it is. All right, tag end's gone. Let's get back out here. Yeah, these guys are dying fast, folks. They are not doing so good in this heat. Not much I can do for it right now. Another problem with putting your worms in the worm bucket in the edge of the water, what'll happen is a boat will go by and all of a sudden your worms will be gone because they'll be washed down the river. Because at 1 minute there's not a wave, and the next minute there's, and sometimes it's not even because of a boat. Sometimes it's because like just comes out of nowhere. Big one just hit the surface right there. All right, we're back, folks. I might have cast that up current a little bit too far. I don't know. I didn't think so. I got my other line. Well, at least I got my other line out of the way. That's good. Should re-rig this. I'll leave it the way it is. Thought I had a fish on there, but there's my other line. I'll get that in a little bit. Oops. Love it when it goes around the tip 8 or 9 times for no reason. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. As long as she stays shaded, I should be fine, but I don't think she's going to stay shaded. As long as we've got a little bit of clouds. All right, folks. Why am I getting snagged all of a sudden now? I felt that snag again. Take 20 friggin' casts over there and don't get snagged. Now I'm getting snagged every dang cast. And that's what happens. So the sun just pierces through. Yeah, we're going to stay out here for as long as we can, folks. I don't know how long I can take her, but we're going to stay out here for as long as we can. Let's see, Nathan. How you doing today, Nathan? Nathan says, hi, everyone. See, Brandon says, hey, Nathan. How are you, brother? Nathan says, good. And you? See, Nathan says, I went coyote hunting this morning. Also went yesterday. They ain't been coming. Yeah, they're probably just hanging out during the night and, kind of tuckering down. Brendan says, you tagged Justin for the squeaker toy. Nathan says, maybe I just a new squeaker thing. Nathan says, I don't know. Let's see, Ferg, how you doing today, Ferg? Ferg says, Mike and chat. See 30 incredible people in. And 58 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. See, Fisherman says, great hunting advice, Brendan. See, Nathan says, okay, well, what else? I can squeaker, but different than also works. See, Nathan says, Brandon, can I maybe get your information so we can talk? Brandon says, yeah, but not in chat. Yeah, it's hard to get your information into YouTube, but they try to put a phone number in, it won't go through. The fisherman says, we will pass on the chicken guts. See, Dan says, it is warm here in the UK. Yep, it's over, we call it 100 degrees. Let's see, fisherman says 100 Fahrenheit plus here. See, Matt says, rotten, but catfish like the things. Joe says, that dude's got a good attitude. I'm subscribing now. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that, my friend. And I hope you're enjoying the show today. That's usually how it is hot in the UK. Unless it's winter. It says chicken livers cost too much for catch and release. Yep, definitely. If you're gonna catch and keep, you're gonna spend $4 on chicken livers. Yeah, you can understand. Now they do work. It's just Ethan says yes, Brandon. Brandon says, check comments and delete it when you got it, please. Brandon says, your comments. Nathan says, all right on my channel. See, how you doing, my friend? PA Outdoors says hi. How you doing today, PA? Let's see. Bonnie says, stay cool, Dan, and blessings. Dan says, our house are burnt to keep the heat in the global warming. Global warming happens. All right. PA says hi. Hi, PA. PA Outdoors. Let's see. 38 incredible people in. Let's see. And 60 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys are enjoying the show. Where'd my worms go? Over here in the heat again. Yeah, we didn't get a bite that time, so I'm going to check her out. And that's what keeps happening. We keep getting dropped into the rocks today, and I don't know why. The first, 8 or 10 casts, I didn't have any problems at all, and now I'm getting stuck in this stuff. And I know that's the stupid hook snag, which is dumb because if you get snagged in the rocks with your hook, you should just have to do that, basically, to get that out. Yeah, there it goes. Now that was the weight hook snag that time. See how it popped out? That was the weight that time. Worms are starting to roast out here, folks. That's another reason why I didn't worry about trying to get any more than 40. Number one, it was like 10 o'clock by the time I got 40 in this heat. And number two, I knew they weren't going to live out here for very long. And that corn just does not seem to be getting a bite out there at all. If I put worm on out there, I get a bite, but freaking thing, whatever it is, they keep pulling me in snags. The worms are kind of roasting and sinking to the bottom now. We're going to be using corn soon enough because these guys are on the borderlines. I can't see nothing. My eyes are just so covered in salt and stuff, I can't see crap. There's some big old fish still out here, folks. It's just getting these suckers to hit and this stuff is tricky. There's a bite on worm over there. I can't barely even see it because my eyes are so friggin' smeared up. Got him, folks. Fish on. We got him. What do we got? Hey, another a channel catfish. Awesome, folks. That's a little kitten, but still, that's our fourth fish of the day. So we caught a channel catfish, a big grass carp, a freshwater drum, and 2 channel catfish. There's a bite on the other rod. They always seem to hit when I'm busy doing something else, folks. Yeah, that's another kitten, folks. Our first channel catfish was definitely a cat, but this guy's a little kitten. Cute little guy. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. All right, come here, buddy. Let's get you in. Oh, dude. Yep, yeah, look all dirty kitten. All dirty kitten there. All right, buddy. See you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. And there comes the sun out. Every couple of minutes you get clouds and then right back to sun, and then clouds and then right back to sun. Got him, folks. Fish on. Fish on. What do we got? Oh, big channel. That's a nice channel catfish. Oh, no, that's a buffalo. Okay. That wasn't a channel. That was a buffalo, folks. It's a nice buffalo. Yeah, I saw that bronze color. I thought I had a channel. Still, that's a good buffalo. Yeah, nice, like 4 or 5 pounder. Very lightly pecking on it. Come here, big girl. We got her, folks. We got her. Gotta get these guys in a barrel hold. Oh, don't get down there, buddy. Don't get down there. Sheesh, I don't want him down there. Thing here can break your ribs. You don't want him down there. Oh, nope. A hook's out. A hook is out. And he knows it too. Sheesh, dude. Let's see if I can get him cleaned off for you guys. That's a long buffalo. Yeah, he is mean, dude. Why? I don't like the taste of your sand. Keep your sand, fishy. The only thing I like sand is in between my toes and to make glass. I don't like the taste of it. Awesome fish, folks. Gotta love it, my friends. Yeah, that's a long one there, about 4 pounds. Awesome fish, my friends. Yep, that's a male. You can tell because of how long he is. He is not liking this. Trying my best to keep him from hitting the ground. And he just does not like this. Sheesh. There we go, folks. Yeah, he's still trying. Gotta love it. Wearing fish for a week. Gotta love it. Look at that tiny mouth on that fish. Beautiful fish, folks. Gotta love it. Ah, I love it, my friends. There's another big one over here to the left. They're just everywhere, folks. All right, buddy. Get you back in the water. I tried, but now he hit the sand, and now he felt the sand. I tried my best, buddy. Yep, there he goes, right out of my hands. All that work for nothing. Keep him from hitting the ground, and he still wound up doing it. Yeah, I'm wearing half the river on me right now, folks. Half the river, and that fish is just. Why do I even bother to clean my clothes off? Why? Why even bother? I won't come down here. It's going to get mucked up anyways. What the heck? Just a minute, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Hope you're having a great and awesome Sunday. Whew. Man. Yeah, we're going to last out here for as long as we can, folks. I don't know how much longer I can take this. Yeah, this heat can be deadly for someone near 60 years old, and I'm starting to feel it. That was way too far over to the left. I've been getting bites just a little bit between the left and the right spot there, so I gotta move her back. Still ain't, dang it, more enough out, but I guess that'll work. Shoot. Ah. Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute, folks. I'm gonna have to get my glasses cleaned off because that sucker hit me in the face a couple times. Assuming something doesn't hit my rod that quickly. Freaking line already started tightening. All right, let's get some tissue out of my pockets. I gotta clean my glasses off, folks. I can't see nothing. With the combination of sweat And fish goo. Yeah, I can't see nothing right now, folks. This one gigantic, yucky, blurry mess. Yeah, that sucker really slimed me up. Yeah, if you're gonna do live fishing live streams, folks, one of the first things you should always have on hand some tissue, whether to clean the camera lens off or to clean, like if you wear glasses like me, your glasses off, screens off. Definitely a must, folks. All right, I can see again. And don't say MVP doesn't put on a show, folks. Don't you say it. Oh, another bite. Aha, had him. Had him, folks. Yeah, I do have corn, folks. So when we run out of worms, which is going to happen here eventually, I can just sit over by you guys and recap them over there underneath the umbrella. Hopefully I didn't cast off my worm on that cast because I hit the stupid umbrella again. All right, folks, let's get back in the chat here. At least it's keeping our try using cricket baits, bro. Rio says. Another tricky bait to get. The bait shop doesn't sell them down here. I'd have to catch them wild. See, Money says, Mike, have you ever fished with hot dogs? Yeah, I do that sometimes at the lakes. Now it doesn't work very good with these big old wild catfish down here. Now you do get some fish on them, but comparatively speaking to the worms, corn, cut bait. PA says, thanks for joining in the live stream Friday. Glad you saw my. Yeah, that was a big brown trout. And I also see you when you caught that rock bass. Let's see, James says $4 and cheaper than a movie ticket. Yep. PA says fish on. Dan says fish on. Thank you for that emoji, my friend. That's a members only emoji. You get that for 99 cents if you want to pay for it, plus a whole bunch more. Let's see, Brandon says it deleted its guest post again. And that's in the email. See 23 incredible people in it, 70 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Miss Giggy, how you doing today, Miss Giggy? Miss Giggy says just in time. Dan says, hi, Mike, brother. Drop a like. And nice catch. Thank you, my friend. Hope you're having an awesome weekend, Dan. Nathan says, Brandon, I got it. I just deleted it. Nathan says, oh, yeah, that's because he doesn't want your information in chat. That way that information stays private. See, Brandon says, okay, that's mine. See, Brandon says, nice work, MVP. Thank you so much, my friend. Hog says, let's go. Hog says, I'm back. Awesome, my friend. We're catching them. Let's see one nice buffalo. Let's see one big grass carp. Missed a second grass carp. We caught 2 channel catfish also in a freshwater drum. Let's see KF. How you doing, KF? Let's see 7956. He says, nice one. And Hog says, nice one. Nice carp. Dan says, good catch. Mikey's laughing his butt off. I know. I'm going to be picking buffalo out of my beard for a week. Let's see. Joey says, flop. Yep. It's sand, so he didn't leave lose a scale, folks. Let's see. Danny the Stinger Man, he sent that good luck coin. Thank you so much, Danny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Joey says he almost fell in. Yeah. It wouldn't be the first time I fell in here. Of course, all I'd have to do is stand up here because it doesn't go over your head. Let's see. Rio says, good job. Let's see. And Mikey. Mikey says, dumpster fire over here. Dang. Call someone, buddy. He says he needs a net. I tear up nets down here. I mean, they have yet to make a saltwater net sufficiently strong enough to land these grass carp. See, Mikey's laughing his butt off again. Hope you're enjoying the show, Mikey. Even says, definitely need water. Hasn't drank anything. Well, I kind of saved that. Of course, it's probably one of the reasons why they dug out 3 kidney stones out of my left side as a bite. Ah, missed them. Dang it. Missed them, folks. Yeah, they did dig 3 kidney stones out of my side about 2 weeks ago. That's kind of the dehydration thing. Everything I got out here after about a half hour scalding hot. Real says, take a breath. Fisherman says, pass out in the water, game over. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'll jump into the river before I pass out. If I get that hot, I will literally turn the live stream off and go over there and jump in the river. Because this back cove over here is still water. It's only about maybe 4 feet deep. It's a perfect little spot to go swimming in. What you using for bait? I do have corn. I've been using corn off and on. Haven't gotten a good bite on it. The only thing I've been getting bites on is garden variety night crawlers. Yep, Joe says worms and corn. You got it right, my friend. I am baiting up the spot with corn, which is probably bringing these fish in. Smarty says he's back. Awesome, my friend. Dorothy, how you doing today, Dorothy? Dorothy says, hi, Mike. And hi, MVP. How you doing today, Dorothy? Hawk says, good to see you later. Good to see you and see you later. See, Brandon says, take care again, Terry. How you doing today, Terry? Terry says, Mr. B. Dorothy says, Terry. Terry says, hello, Mr. Dorothy. I'm Mr. Dorothy. Sorry about that. Let's see. Bonnie says, Tommy B, good to see you. Richmond says, please take care of yourself and stay hydrated. All right. After this bite, I will fish on, folks. Got him. Channel cat. That's our 3rd channel. That's probably the biggest of the day so far. That's probably about 2.5, 3 pounds. Boy, she is fighting, folks. That's on a little jig head. Ouch, fly. Get off me, you little stinker. And going over my other line. And you little stinker. Get out of my other line. Yeah, he's spinning, man. That's all I needed was him to... He spun right when he was right on top of my line. Yeah, that is not coming off. Ow, flies. Sheesh. Yeah, it's about 2.5, 3 pounds. We got him, folks. Yeah, I knew that line was going to be friggin' wrapped up. All right, he ran straight for that other line and tangled her up. Awesome fish, folks. That's our 3rd channel catfish, the best of the day. That's about 3.5. Go about 3.5 on this one. Not 4, but definitely a nice channel catfish, folks. I was just on a little piece of a night crawler, folks. Gotta love it. I love it, my friends. Never fails, the worse the temperatures out here, the more these fish hit. It can be 15 below zero and they'll be hitting down here. It'd be 100 degrees and they'll be hitting. Gorgeous channel catfish, folks. Beautiful. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. Beautiful. All right, buddy. That's a cat. That is a cat. Wow. All right, buddy. Hey, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciated. Man, that sucker took like a bullet. Like, no. I left my tablet out in the sun again. Obviously, because I saw the rod pulling and I wanted to get to it before it got pulled in. Ooh, doggy, it's getting hot. It's been hot. It's hot, hot. Very hot, folks. Hey, I lucked out. Come on. I was just going to set the hook on that and go get something to drink, but that fish had other plans. Evidently. Yeah, there's a big grassy setting right in front of me, folks, because I can see the bubbles. Hey, what? I'm going to put a couple kernels of corn on this one because I think I'm about out of worms. I got enough because there's part of a worm on this one already still, so there's a grass carp. I can see the bubbles right there. That's pretty much right on his head. That's just what we need, folks. It's just a little bit of a cloud cover, and I'd be fine out here. I got my short sleeve shirt, my no sleeve, my sleeveless shirt on. So if I get a little bit of friggin' shade, clouds, I'd be fine. But I've been getting cloudier, which is not good. That's not good at all, folks. Not good. Why do you guys think I've only been doing live streams every day? Because I can't take this heat 3 or 4 hours every other day. Same thing when it gets into like below zero temperatures. I can only take that like every other day. And I still stream in the dead of winter. Just I can't do it every day like I do during the spring times. Big one, massive fish. That was just out of my casting range. All right. Well, the rods are back out. This is helping too, folks. Plus the fact I'm soaking wet from the first two, from that buffalo and that grass carp. Of course, I don't stay wet for very long. This stuff dries out pretty fast in this heat. All right, let's get a drink of something over here. At least get some more liquids in us, even though it's hot. A little bit of lemonade. That's homemade lemonade, so. Don't want to drink too much when you're out here. You'll cramp up. I do know that because that's actually happened to me. I've never gotten heat stroke, but I have gotten cramps by drinking too much water. At one time, Terry says, hello, Dorothy. Let's see, Fisherman says, please take care. See, Terry says, Miss Bonnie. Dorothy says, nice one, Mike. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bonnie says, that's a good catfish. Thank you, Bonnie. Robert says, channel cats are aggressive most of the year. Yep, until about freezing, like 33 degrees is when they pretty much shut down completely. Let's see, ice. Joe says, gold. Bonnie says, lemon is really good for people that have kidney stones. Yep, lemon and orange. That citrus can help uh, kind of keep those kidney stones back away. I've had them dug out like 4 times in my lifetime already. Let's see, Latonia says, I'm back. Hard to get my mom from church. What I miss? Let's see, pretty good amount of fish so far. We got one big grass carp. Let's see, just about 20 pounds. I think that was like 16 pounds, give or take. Let's see, 3 nice channel catfish, a freshwater drum, and a buffalo. Or is it 4 channel catfish? Yep. Yeah, 4 channel catfish. So we got one nice one, 2 smaller ones, and another nice one. So 4 channel catfish. Fishy Things, how you doing, Fishy Things? Fishy Things says hi. Fishy Things with this cool members only emoji. Bonnie says, yep, breaks calcium. Breaks up calcium. Bonnie says, Latonia says, hi, Fishy. Let's see, 17 people in. Let's see, and that's 74 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys are enjoying the show today. See, 1 grass carp, 4 channel catfish, and a buffalo. You got it, Latonia. I've been waiting for someone to put that up, but Latonia got it first. Fishy Thing says, hey, Latonia. Yeah, this isn't a private location, folks. Anyone can fish this spot. It's just so many people fishing it that unless you use lighter gear, you ain't going to get them to hit. They're used to seeing like big weights. Anything over about a quarter of an ounce, and you can forget about it when the current starts getting lower. Fishy Things, you missed the drum? Yep, you missed it. We've gotten 1 big grass carp and 1 buffalo as well, plus a couple nice channel cat. Man, it's hot, folks. I took 1 drink of liquids. I don't want to take too much because I don't want to cramp up in this heat. Yeah, there's a point where you start to sweat so much that it's actually you're getting drenched. So I'm at that point right now. I need to start putting in some more liquids into my fishing. Let's see what Sonia says. Dang, that sounds like good fishing. Yeah, it's been good even in this heat. After my phone overheated. Oh yeah, I did see you in earlier. I dropped the like and sat in for a few minutes. Yeah, you might want to invest in some white tape. That's what I put on the back of my cell phone. That keeps her from overheating as badly. Some regular, I believe it's masking tape. Just put that on the back of your cell phone. That'll keep her from overheating. Now she'll still overheat if it gets like 120 degrees outside, but 95 degree temperatures won't do it. It's got to take some pretty tough stuff to do it. Now my tablet, I haven't done that with yet. I'd only got that like a month or so ago. It hasn't like super overheated yet. It turned itself on, off and on a few times, but hasn't stuck off for a day or so. That's when you really got to start watching it, because once that phone will overheat and it won't stay on at all, that's when you're in trouble. Got a leaf on my worm. How'd I get a leaf on my worm? Nothing's gonna eat a leaf on my worm. I'm sorry to hear about that, fishy. You'll get back out there soon enough, my friend. It'll be evening time soon enough. Let me get underneath this sucker for a minute. Yeah, I've got a broken umbrella here. I had a good handle on it, but some jerk had to break the handle off. Let's see, Fat Cat. How you doing today, Fat Cat? Fat Cat says MVP. Fishing says Fat Cat. Fat Cat says Fishy. Latonia says Fat Cat. Fat Cat says Latonia. Fishy says I don't usually fish on hot days. Yeah, I know you got a little bit of an extra. You got a little extra there, Fishy. A little lighter guy like me can take the heat a little bit better, but totally understand, my friend. Let's see, Fishy saying, lessons learned. I will continue to not fish on a hot days. I said just get some masking tape. No, yeah, that white tape, just put it on the back of your cell phone. It'll keep it from overheating, trust me. Let's see what Latonia says. I can handle lots of heat. Son, I've been night fishing. Yep, I can handle quite a bit of it as well. Let's see, most people have already been passed out in this heat. I'm exceptionally uncomfortable, per se. And I know my limits, folks. If I hit it, I go over there, kill the live feed, grab my cell phone, and either go up underneath a shade tree or take a dunk in the river. Let's see, Fishy thinks I might go back again tonight, though. Awesome, my friend. I'll be looking out. Let's see, Fishy thinks my thick blubber insulates is designed for Wisconsin winters. Yep, holds in the heat. And Cindy, how you doing today, Cindy? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Hi, Cindy. Hi. Cindy says hi, all. Fishy thing says cinders. Latonia says cinders. Awesome for you to come back. I haven't seen you in the chat in so long. I know you've been busy over in Australia, and now you're getting back to the States and getting reacclimatized with the timelines. Thank you so much for dropping by, Cindy. See, as you can see on the pin there, we've got 116-pound grass carp. Let's see, a couple of nice channel catfish. Only like two smaller ones. The other ones were two big ones, a buffalo and a drum. Let's see, Cindy says, hey, fishy. Cindy says, hey, Latonia. 13 incredible people in and 77 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. If you guys are enjoying the show today. Yeah, I'm just sitting underneath this for a plug minute, folks. Because it's hot. It's a warm one. Hey, as long as I'm in the shade, man, it feels fine. Seriously. Because you got a little bit of a breeze, and you're sweating, so it'll dry up. But out in this sun, man. Cindy says, I was here for a few days. The other day, you were busy catching a buffalo. I remember you saying that on your live feed. Yeah, you were right, Cindy. Yeah, I'm sorry. My brain's like, it needs to be turned over. It's sunny side up. You know, it's burnt on one side. Let's see, Cindy says, LOL. Yeah, I forget my own head if it wasn't attached, and I think I forgot it a few times as well. Boy, folks. Yeah, this is more comfortable. Obviously, when we run out of worms, I'm going to run over behind you guys, and I'm going to set like this with the umbrella over here, and watch the rods for a little bit. And because the corn, when they hit the corn, they don't hit it quite as hard. Let's see, me too, Mike. You never forget anything, Cindy. You're perfect. Now, Travis, oh boy, don't tell him I said that. He's probably watching right now. He's gonna, if we ever meet, he's gonna jack me in the jaw or something. I got knocked in the jaw by the stupid buffalo and the grass carp twice today. Man, uh-oh. I had a friggin' gummit. That was a skipjack just smacked at my weight when I was reeling it in. I threw a rooster tail over here for about 15 minutes. And I couldn't get him to hit. Woohoo! I'm gonna have to grab some crappie jigs on my next trip down here because he snapped at my weight when I was pulling it out of the water. It was only about yay big, definitely big enough to hook though. That was a little skipjack herring there, folks. Yeah, my worms are turning to goo. Yeah, they gone, folks. They have memory now. I'm trying to mold them on the hook. Yeah, they're doing not so good. Hey, they lasted about 2 hours out here. I'm surprised. They lasted almost as long as I have. All right, I think I'm gonna go set my butt down anyways. Get both these rods back out in a good spot. A good spot to set them up too. I don't want to lose these rods, so I'm gonna loosen that drag up a little bit. Because that first grass carp, he literally, Cindy, if you check the beginning of this feed, that fish hit so hard. First cast, I looked over here and he doubled the rod over. I grabbed that rod and I gripped on as tight as I could. And he just took off, man. I mean, he took out about 20 yards of line with that big Mad Cat Series rod doubled over. I love my jig heads. That's why I like the jig heads better when I'm fishing around rocks, folks, because I don't lose my dang weights. I think I'll put some corn on this one. That's a tough jig head, folks. So I'll probably snap that line before I double her over straight up and wow, it's folks. It's just hot. This is the day I usually set back there until the shade got down here, but I was impatient. All right, that rod is back out as well, and that's pinned to the ground. Loosen that drag up just a good bit. So if something pops her, she's gonna peel out some drag. And I am going to grab my soda and my umbrella and come behind you guys because I think I've hit my limitations. It's either this or quit because whoo, it's hot, folks. It's warm. Just a just a little warm. Just a little bit. I'd sit out there a little bit longer, but I don't think I can do it. I'm gonna sit right behind you guys, so no worries. Ah, I know people don't want to watch someone sitting on their butt. They'd rather not see it all. All right, folks. Let's see what's going on in chat. Yeah, that's how hot it is, folks. My lemonade got fizz to it, causing my soda to, causing my soda bottle to contract. Let's see if I can just get this set up right here. All right, here we go, folks. And thank you so much for being a month a kitten fishy things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, they're already melted, Brandon. Yeah, they're turning into worm jerky now. See, Cindy says he makes me want to go to the Mississippi River. Yeah, there's some good shade down here in this one bank. It's just you need a car to get down there. I can't ride that gravel road on my scooter. And it's about 8 or 9 minute walk down that stupid thing. And there's some great like shady spots down there. It's just this isn't shaded. I'm afraid. Let's see, 16 people in. Let's see an 81 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see, Kylie. How you doing, Kyle? Kyle says hi. Kyle says thank you. Tony says it's so hot. Uh, they're gonna be rotisserie flavored worms. Hmm, that sounds interesting. Let's see. Cindy says Kyle. Tony says hi, Kyle. Let's see, and Werewolf. How you doing today, Werewolf? Rose says, Mike, how are you? Doing good, my friend. We've got total monetization on finally. Oh, big one right at that was a catfish. That was a solid 7 or 8 pound channel cat out there. That just smacked its tail. Yeah, we've got monetization on now fully. I got my first payment on YouTube. Let's see, and Alex, how you doing today, Alex? Alex says hi. Raul says hi. Sydney says we need skips. They're mostly gone here. Oh yeah, that was. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was had one. He smacked at my friggin' weight when I was reeling it in. I'm gonna have to bring some crappie jigs down here next time I come down here. They're a little trickier than your regular skipjack down, Cindy. They'll smack at rooster tails. A lot of times you won't hook them. A lot of times you have to use bait. I mean, I literally have to drift fish a bobber down here, just a few inches off the top of that. And, when they come up towards that bobber, they'll see that little worm, and I guess that little extra smell and taste just gives you that split second, and you got them. See, Latonia says, very congratulations on the full monetization. Thank you, Latonia. And Cindy sent the, let's see, the sun. That sun emoji. Thank you for those gems, Cindy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bonnie asks, what time is it there, Mike? 2:11. And see, we've been in just about 2 hours now. Not bad for this friggin' heat. Yeah, I lasted out there in the sun for about 2 hours. Let's see, Fishy says, that was mean Cindy. He doesn't need more sunshine. Fishy thinks he need clouds. I can definitely uh, take some clouds right now, folks. Some clouds and some wind. Let's see if we can push her to 3 hours, folks. I don't know if I can in this stuff. As long as I sit underneath this umbrella as much as I can, I think I can do it. And as it gets a little later, this umbrella, all I have to do is put it kind of on my shoulder out there. Let's see. Bonnie says you're hitting the hottest part of the day, and fishy things with the sparkles. Thank you so much for those gems, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, fishy. I do know it's the hottest part of the day, but down here it actually starts getting cooler because the shoreline starts getting shaded. So she starts getting on a little bit of a lower angle. Let's see. Jose asks, catfish, what kind of bait? Oh, by the way, how you doing, Jose? Let's see. We're using corn and worm. Now I am baiting up the spot with corn, but I seem to be catching everything on worm today. So I'm thinking that corn brought him in at least. And Bonnie with the floating heart emoji. Thank you so much for those gems. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that was a bite on worm down there on my far rod. I go. That was something pecking on it pretty good. Dang it. Yeah, that was something popping that rod. He's still hitting it too, I think. I think this is corn. Yep, this is corn, folks. I just remembered I've got corn on this one. And someone was nibbling on it. So I'm thinking that was either a buffalo or a grass carp. Might as well refresh this one while I'm over here as well. Fish on, folks. Fish on. What do we got? Oh, stick. Never mind. How's a stick bass, folks? It's hard to tell on this Mad Cat series rod. Yep, our worms are mush, so there's no point in keeping them in the bucket anymore. Let them dry out in the sun. Maybe I can get them back on the hook at least one time. Probably not. Now they're turned into worm mush. Now I got to turn them into worm jerky. That's way too far to the left. Right. I was just about over my other rod. It was so far over there to the right. I want it right over, right about there, but a little bit further out than that. I guess that'll do. Yeah, see those things over here hitting the surface? Look at that. White bass. White bass are, man, that's something chasing. That was a white bass there. I saw that one. Dang it. That was a white bass about a half pound. Yeah, they're chasing like little baby grass carp fry or something. I ought to get my other rod out here and cast with a rooster tail or something. I can do that real quick. Take some cast with a rooster tail. I got my little ultralight. Assuming I can find a rooster tail and stuff. Just takes one thing to get me interested. And I'm back out here. Maybe I can hook one of these skipjack as well. I could use some extra bait. That was a pretty small white bass. Like wasn't what I consider to be a keeper, but it's still a white bass. Where are my clippers? Up here in my bag. Hang on, folks. I take a couple casts with this rooster tail before I come back and check that chat. Okay. Yeah, my clippers Won't work. I'm gonna use my freaking lighter. Never mind. Got it. And I gotta put my tablet underneath the umbrella or she'll roast out here, folks. She's already shut down a couple times today. Just put that underneath the umbrella. Sucker won't stay. Sticker. All right, we got the rooster tail on. Let's take a few casts with this. All right, folks. So I put on a little bumblebee. Very effective little coloration, especially when you've got a lot of little baby carp and stuff around. Right on that one. See you in a minute. Missed him. Missed him. I don't know what that was. Spread my worms out there. Give them a chance to solidify again. All right. That's a bite. Wasn't hitting it very good. You think with all the gar down here too, I hook a gar, but I never do. Knock on wood. Keep fingers crossed. Speak of the devil. You little stinker. Gar about 2 pounds. I barely had him hooked in the nostril. I got him right up to the surface and he just went, bleh. And it went bye-bye. What the heck? I hate it when it does this kind of stuff. I might have been able to land that one if I'd have taken a little better. I thought I had a stick or something until I brought it to the surface. Last cast, folks, before I come check that chat, okay? wonder what the heck that is. Like a rock or something right there. Shouldn't be any rock set right there. All right. Get our umbrella and come back into chat. See what's going on. You guys are enjoying the show today. And just popped off the live feed. Here we go. Let's see. James says catfish will eat about anything. Yep, they will. Let's see. Josh, how you doing today? Josh asks, what do you why do you like catfish? I like any fish that swims, my friend. Like catfish, garb, carp, uh, bass, bluegill, crappie, you name it. I fish for it, my friend. Survival says, how you doing today, Survival? Survival says MVP. Survival says hi. See, 19 incredible people on it, seeing 85 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys are enjoying the show today. I hope you're having an awesome Sunday. Let me wipe the sweat off my face. Time I go out there in the sun, I gotta wipe my brow off. Sweat from me. Get that in my eyes. I can't see nothing. You wear glasses, you know what I mean. When you get sweat between you and your glasses, your eye and your glasses, yeah, that you can't see nothing. And man, does it hurt. All right, looking good, folks. All right, far rod's got corn on it. The close rod's got worm on it. Melted worm, but still worm. Out, fly, get off me! Don't bite me, you little stinker. Yeah, it's a hot one, folks. It's super hot. And Glacier Shark, how you doing today, Glacier Shark? Glacier Shark says, glad to see you back at it. And prayers. Awesome, my friend. I hope you enjoy the show today, Glacier Shark. 14 incredible people in it, seeing 85 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let me get my rooster tail, take a few more casts out here. Ow, friggin' flies, man. Every few seconds I get one bite my legs now. 100-degree temperatures out here and they're friggin' biting me in the legs. Oh, pop. Ooh, that was a nice pop. I felt that. That wasn't the bottom. I was up right by the surface, in fact. Maybe make it to 2.5 hours. I don't know, 3 hours. I wish I'd get one of these skipjack to hit, but I doubt it. Freaking bail wouldn't click over. Tell you what, folks. I think I might have hit my limitations. How long have we been in? Just out of curiosity. Uh, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Man, that last 30 minutes went by fast. I don't think we're going to make it 3 hours today, folks. Not in this heat. I'm sorry, folks, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to last, I'm afraid. Got some good quality fish for you guys. I enjoyed the stream. A very, very good, very enjoyable stream. I'm going to sit down here for a while. I'm going back underneath the shade tree, so I'm going to be sitting there for quite a while. I'm just going to take my fishing rods out and sit back there underneath the shade back there. Wait until a little later on this evening before I run home. What did I miss in chat here? Wine says, no prayers to Glacier Shark. Glacier Shark says, sounds like we need some bug repellent. Yeah, they're biting me in the legs. Johnny Lamb, how you doing today, Johnny Lamb? Johnny Lamb says, is it too hot today in Missouri, brother? Yeah, it's over 100 degrees down here right now. Heat index is probably about 110. So we were out streaming for the better part of 2.5 hours. Caught some nice fish for you guys. Sharky, hi there. Glacier Shark says Bonnie. Glacier Shark says James. All right. All right, folks. Yep, prayers, Glacier Shark. 18 incredible people still on it, seeing 85 thumbs up. Yeah, we're going to shut her down, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Yeah, I think we're going to call her a little bit early due to extreme heat. Stay cool, my friends. I'm just going to have my old good luck. Stay safe. Hope to see you on the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep them lines tight. I'll see you on the next one, my friends, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye. Stay cool.